For a movie that has only just hit theaters, Joker has already caused a whole lot of controversy. Whatever side you land on about it all, there's no denying that it is sparking some serious debate from anyone who has had the chance to check it out. If the ending left you scratching your head, we've got all the answers here to clarify things. As much as we can. But be warned, if you haven't seen it yet, there are some serious spoilers ahead. Proceed with caution. So, while the Joker is still fresh in our minds, or to be more specific, while some of the images will literally not stop haunting us every time we dare to close our eyelids even for a second, we wanted to go over some crucial things that led to that unbelievable ending.
And here we go.
Before we come to know him by his singular pseudonym, a la Madonna or Exhibit, if you will, the film follows a man named Arthur Fleck, who has been dealt a particularly devastating hand in the game we call life.
All I have are negative thoughts.
While working as a sign-spinning clown during the day and moonlighting as the kind of stand-up comic that would make even Carrot Top cringe,
checking out the Buffalo Bills' new football helmets for this year. Oh man, we're horrible again.
Arthur seems to be doing what he can to make the best of a bad situation, which is really not an easy task, given that he lives in the most rundown, rough-and-tumble version of Gotham that we've ever seen in movie form. It's always been bad, but man, it has never been this bad. After getting knocked down, often literally, just one too many times, the already hanging on by a thread Arthur snaps and violence ensues. But rather than going the usual publicly reviled villain route that most Batman stories tend to go with Joker, this one goes a whole other direction.
Okay, stop.
With Arthur becoming something of a hero to the downtrodden citizens of Gotham. The poor are tired of the divide between them and the super rich, and when Arthur starts targeting the wealthiest citizens of their society, the people rejoice and hold up the killer clown as a sort of deranged Robin Hood figure and the leader of their revolt against the system that has kept them down. While the movie isn't set in 2019, it is very much a story that hits close to home today for millions of people who don't happen to be billionaires. Everything leads up to that famed and fateful moment where Joker comes face to face with the Wayne family after finding out, from an unanswered letter written by his mother, that he might actually be the long-abandoned son of one Thomas Wayne. It's a scene that's been reimagined time and time again, but for the first time we are receiving it from an entirely new perspective. While it might not be justified, as these acts should never be, we are given enough of a lead-up to explain why Joker felt that this was something he needed to do. Instead of the mustache-twirling bad guy going around taking out Waynes for his own giddy enjoyment, this Joker is a man driven to complete desperation, who winds up making terrible choices because of it. But the thing with Joker is, and this is the real spoiler here, at the very end of the movie we are suddenly presented with the fact that we might not be able to believe anything Arthur did over the course of the film. In fact, we didn't know it. He is a completely unreliable narrator suffering from grand illusions and a terrifyingly overactive imagination. Throughout the movie, he meets with a social worker charged with keeping tabs on his situation. At one point, she asks him if he remembers being admitted to a mental health facility, and we see a clip of him hitting his head against the wall of a padded room. This brings up the question, did he ever get out, or did the entire movie take place within his mind? Suddenly, we ask ourselves, what is more likely? That Arthur started a violent revolution and became a folk hero for the people of Gotham? Or that this bullied and oppressed person, who has barely been scraping by, invented a world within his mind where he could escape? We know for a fact that his appearance on the Murray Franklin show is a figment of his imagination, and that he also totally made up the romantic relationship with his sympathetic neighbor, played by Zazie Beetz. And these are two huge points in the movie. So if those are fake, who's to say if anything is actually real? Also, that whole thing about him being the illegitimate son of Thomas Wayne? Just another fabrication from Arthur's tortured mind. No wonder this role seems to have done a number on the man behind the makeup, Joaquin Phoenix. The actor is famous for his dedication to method acting, the grueling practice of going to extreme and often dangerous lengths in order to take a character on. He has been shown to completely lose himself in a role before.
Thank you.
But rumors of his somewhat unpredictable behavior on set have really added fuel to the fire this time.
Singer, actor, dancer, fashion icon, how is that?
insult.
While he managed to keep it together in front of hero Robert De Niro, the same can't really be said for the rest of the cast and the crew. But maybe that's why he was able to so completely transform into this terrifying role. He did lose a whopping 52 pounds to become Arthur. So maybe this change in attitude can be attributed to the fact that he was just really, really hungry. While he may never reveal everything that it took to become the Joker, Joker, by nature, is a conflicting story, and that's just how the movie was intended to be. The evidence of how effective it was is right there on screen, and undeniable. While some might dislike that old storytelling chestnut of having the events of the movie take place inside a character's mind, others believe it is a fascinating look into the psyche of a complicated person, pushed to their limits by a society that has rejected them. Zazie Beetz might have said it best when she said that the movie has empathy for the isolation of the character, and not the character itself, or his actions. Whether or not we all agree, the one thing that we all know is we're not going to stop talking about this movie anytime soon. And there you have it. If you're still here and haven't seen the movie yet, don't say we didn't warn you. If you have seen it, let us know what you think in the comments below. Were you a fan of Joaquin's take on the character, or is a different Joker your number one? We can't wait to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out.